Welcome back to Cold Iron's Kitchen. I'm Wade. Well, the big game day is approaching us rapidly. It's going to be next week. So we're going to work on a couple appetizers, and we're working in a couple different directions today. One staple we're going to have is wings. Now, I like to work with fresh wings. This is 1.5 pounds of wings, which I have separated into the flapper portion and the drummy portion. Now, the little tips, I don't keep those. Actually, I do. I put them in a bag, and next time I put together a chicken stock, I'm just throw those in with them. A little extra flavor. First things first, we got to marinate these little guys here. So, what we're going to do is pop them all into the magic marinating machine, otherwise known as a Ziploc bag. And we're going to put in 4 little cloves of garlic. Just smash them. We'll put in 3 little cloves of garlic because one of them just ran away. This goes right in on top of it. We'll put in some salt. About a tablespoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of Coleman's dry mustard, available in your grocery store. Put in about half a cup of olive oil. And about a cup of white wine. Any cheap white wine will work. And you want to mix this up. Now, I'm making 2 different types of wings with this. I'm making an oriental savory, and I'm making a hot. And what we're going to do is seal this bag up. And these are going to marinate at room temperature for about an hour. Okay. Second thing we're working on, a delightful spread, a ricotta cheese, homemade ricotta with herbs in it. We're going to start over here with a quart of whole milk, otherwise known as 4%. Then we're going to cook this over medium-low heat because we want to bring it up to a boil, but not much past that. This pint of heavier whipping cream in there, and a pinch of salt, just for good measure. Okay, when this thing comes back up to a boil, we'll be back. Well, we're back, and as you can see, the cream, or the whipping cream and the milk have come up to a boil. Now, we're going to add the magic to it. I have here 3 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. You can use any vinegar. I just happen to prefer this one. Now, here's where the magic comes in. We're going to stir that in, and it's going to go through a process known as curdling. See, we got some curds on there already. Now we're going to shut that off, and we're going to let the curds separate from the whey. I'm sure you remember Little Miss Muffet sitting on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. That's actually cottage cheese. What we're making is ricotta cheese. And once this gets done separating completely, we will run it through a cheese cloth. But let me look. Here's the rest of the players in the program. I told you this was going to be herbaceous. We have oregano, we have rosemary, we have dill, we have chive, we have basil, we have green onion, we have thyme, and we have fennel. Now, fennel is a sweet anise. This one gives a licoricey flavor to it, a little bit. The dill gives an earthy flavor. The rosemary gives rosemary just pops. It's a beautiful thing. But all of these herbs working together is going to make a great cheese. We'll be back to you. Okay, what we got here now, you notice it turned all soupy and gloopy. It's a process called curdling, and it's great fun. What we're going to do now is pour that into our prepared colander and or strainer. Take your pick, whatever you got in your kitchen to work with. And we're not going to waste a bit of this. This is just too good to waste. Now it's real hot right now. And what's going to happen is the whey is going to drain off of the curds. The curds are what make the cheese. We've separated the milk solids from the water in the milk. Now we're going to have to let this drain at room temperature for about an hour. Coincidentally, about the same time we're marinating our chicken wings. We're back. Hi, we're back. It's been about an hour. Look at this. Ricotta cheese. Just begging to do something. So we're going to roll that out into a big bowl. I hate working in small bowls. And we're going to add to that about a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to add some white pepper to that. About half a teaspoon, thereabouts. Quick rinse on this, and we need it in a minute. Okay, now we're going to grab the herbs that I cut up and bring them back. Gotta say, I love flexible cutting boards because you can cut up everything, and then roll it up and get most of it flicked in. Okay, now we're gonna grab a spat of some sort and just fold that stuff together, just like that. And that's an herbaceous ricotta cheese. Now, what we're going to use this for is a spread, but it can be used as a stuffing cheese. And I got to tell you, folks, a fresh ricotta that you made yourself, you know exactly what's in it, you can't beat it. No chemicals, except, what came out of the cow. And, well, we know that the Washington State dairy farmers are working very hard to make sure that our milk and cheese and all that is free of all bad stuff. Okay, now our wings have been soaking in this mustard sauce for about an hour. I'm going to drain them off real quick. Don't mind the sink, it's full of dishes. Happens in the kitchen. I'll just use this. Now, what we're going to do is lay these, I'm going to get some cooking spray on there. I use a cookie sheet with a foil on it. And we're going to, well, let's pop those out there. Spread them out on the cookie sheet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bake these wings in the oven, 350 degrees, for about 20-25 minutes. We're going to get them 95% cooked. At that point, we're going to bring them out and sauce them. Back to you. Hi, we're back. I'm just warming up a skillet here. It's got about a teaspoon of butter in it, because we're going to work on some wings now. I'm going to do the savory wings first. Then I'll rinse the pan. I'll go into the hot wings. Now, I cooked up the wings, and we're going to put 8 in the pan here, half flappers, half drummies. Now, they've been cooked in the oven. They've been resting here for about 15-20 minutes to let the juices settle in the wing. Now, I realize this is a lot more labor-intensive than just going to Pizza Hut and grabbing their wings, but I got to tell you, this is a lot better. Now, we're also going to add to that a green onion, a couple leaves of basil, smashed garlic clove. That's the savory portion of this. And you got to work them around, get that stuff going on them. Now, when you're dealing with wings, you don't only have, it's a mixture of flavors, it really is, for a good wing. Now, we're going to add a touch of soy sauce. This is the salty portion. Just a couple splashes of that. I use Kikkoman soy sauce. You can use a reduced sodium soy sauce if you like. Let's see how that's working around there. And then we're going to add the sweet. We're going to put in some honey. Now, we can get honey up here year-round. There's so many people up here that grow bees. A little bit of honey, a little bit of soy sauce. We're going to coat these wings, and we'll be back to you. What we're going to do is cook the sauce into the wing. This is where your flavor comes from. Hi, we're back. We have our savory wings done. Now we're going to work on the hot ones. I've got several of them here. Now, a lot of people, they look at the way I do wings and they ask, well, why do you bake them instead of deep fry them? Well, when I bake them, the chicken fat comes off of them. Makes, I think, a better balanced wing. Just my opinion. Oh, the little garlic got to stay with it. Thank you for playing. And we're going to throw these wings in the pan, let them start to heat up. Now, I'm going to add to that a 1/4 cup of hot sauce. Now, with heat, you got to balance the flavors. You don't want just hot, so we're going to add a little mystery ingredient, one I very seldom use. It's ketchup. That'll bring the sweet. It'll also thicken the sauce a little bit. Just a couple rounds of ketchup. And if you want to look down here, you'll take a look and see how those mahogany wings came out. Those nice savory wings. Flavors cooked into the wing. It's fantastic. We'll be back to you when these things are thickened up, and we'll show you the next stage of the appetizer. Hi, we're back. Now you can see that the sauce is thickened up nicely on these wings. Now I've been in wing competitions before, where it was designed to make the hottest wing you possibly can. I can do this. I can make a wing that your head will blow up. But that's no fun. It's no fun at all. What I look for is a spice that's going to hit you right in the back of the throat. And the sauce is just about cooked onto this completely. So we're going to shut that down. Now, we're coming over here to these slices of bread I just made. We're going to make some crostini here to go with our ricotta. Now, this is a garlic-infused olive oil that I made a couple days ago. You take, a couple cups of garlic cloves, a couple cups of oil, heat it up to just when it starts to move. Then you cool it down, put it in a bottle. It's good for a couple weeks, but it's also good for many things. If you like to flavor your stuff with garlic, this is the way to do it. Yeah, paint those down good. Now what we're going to do is grill these pieces of bread. Again, a crostini, make them, well, crusty. Got my grill going over here. Nice center grill. I might have to turn a couple of these sideways, I think, to get everybody on there. And then we go through and paint the tops with the garlic-infused olive oil. Just a light dusting of it. Nothing heavy. And olive oil is one of those monounsaturated fatty acids that's good for you. And don't worry if you got any leftovers here. It can go back in the big bottle that you had. These are going to brown for a bit. We're going to take our wings out and put them on the plate. So what you've got here is hot and savory wings. And we're going to have some crostini and cheese. Back to you in a minute. We're back. I've got my grilled crostini right here. Look at that beautiful bread, olive infused, oil and garlic infused. This homemade ricotta cheese took us about an hour and a half to put together. But you'll never want to buy cheese at the supermarket again, at least ricotta, because this makes a great appetizer right as it sits. We've got our wings here. Mahogany wings, hot wings, ricotta and toast. Gotta try this one. Who cares about the Super Bowl? I'm just gonna eat. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.